drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino's Spot, indeed, on here on this Saturday night. Lovely to have you all aboard. Yeah, and it's been a lovely weekend so far. I think everybody's had a good time. We had our little gig this weekend, two gigs, in fact. It's been lovely. And it looks like things are coming back sort of a little bit, coming back to a little bit semblance of normality for now. Until the elections are finished, of course, then they're going to shut everything down and say, oh, no, we didn't know anything was going to happen. All right. See, Derek Badenhorst, the drummer. Our drummer, local drummer, saying how's it as well. Lovely tuning in. Indeed, I hope everyone is tuning in. Craig Alston, lovely to see you as well. And I hope you've got a pile of East London Oaks, because tonight we've got Lee Gold. The Lee Gold guys, of course. We have Simeon Goldblum right in the studio with us today, streaming in live from East London. Camilla Ellis, thanks so much for the Fitch and Leeds. Oh, she was our winner. Well, that's fantastic, Camilla. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Enjoying the grapefruit, are we? Well, that's fantastic. I see I've got a few little grapefruits here myself, but I'm using, I think I've got the dry lemon tonight, but the droog tonight indeed. How's it, Derek Badenhorst? Lovely to have you online tonight. And we're going to be chatting about all sorts of things. Simeon has been through a whole lots of interesting stories during his lifetime. So we're going to try and suck it all out of him, because he's a quiet bugger as well, you know. So we'll try and suck it all out of him, so you can, for your listening pleasure and your viewing pleasure tonight. Thank you to our sponsors, of course, Fitch and Leeds, and of course Spa, who have been absolutely marvelous to us as well. We're loving the Spa guys, and we are doing a Spa thing next week. It's going to be the NSRI thing, I think, next week as well. We're doing I'm doing a golf day for them, I think, at Heugh Road. So if you look out for the NSRI golf day, the Spa are sponsoring that as well. And of course, thank you very much for sponsoring my show too, which has been wonderful indeed. All right, so thank you for joining us. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me what you got in your glass, because it's Saturday night and the weather's okay. It's not bad. It's not terrible. A bit windy, but mist, but not too bad. Neville Gaines, how's it? How's it, Neville? Lovely to see you. Nice looking guitar there you've got there. I'm just spying out your guitar, you know. I can see it in the picture. Looks very nice. Looks like one of those little Gibson 335 moves there, probably maybe an Ibanez. I don't know. But lovely to have everybody online. And tell me where you're watching from. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me what's happening, guys. I'm going to sing you a little bit of a song to start off with. That's what I always do. And we're hoping for some beach weather. Here we go. Well, East Coast girls are hip. I really dig those styles they wear. And Zoe Carlos says, oh, no. She says, Simeon, you're okay. And George is so rad. He says, how's it? Hey, okay. And I like your guitar too, George. I see that you got one in your profile pic. And Neville Gaines from Big Williamstown is okay. Oh, I think it's called Cold now. I'm gonna have a sip. Rob Barr says I must drink my Fitch and Leeds, 'cause it tastes so nice. And Stephen Gould, it's like Goldblum, but no rum and also 2 O's. Yodel, 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 I will do that, yes, okay. And Ashley Seymour, don't worry, we won't have strobing the lights today. I wish they all could be Zoe, Carlo, and Kimberly. They're at the beach holes there. I hope it's still a hole today. And Donna mountains there. Simeon the legend, that's right. Simeon the legendary part. The horse is the drummer from PE, although it's from his lounge tonight. When it's on Sam and James Goldblum, tell me what you gobbling tonight. All right, Jess Goldblum, how's it? I see some supporting my dad from home. Love to see a bit of family on board as well. Rhyme something with xylophone is rhyming with telephone. That's too easy. No, I think I was cheating there. I used phone twice. You can't really use that. All right, Craig Austin of Queenstown. Was that Komani? Komani, how's your stadium there, buddy? This looks very snazzy stadium for 15 million rand. Indeed. See, looks like those guys are all over the place, building all sorts of cuck all over the place for lots of money. Christy Hutting, lovely to see you on as well. Yay, Simeon the legend. It's very well loved indeed. Enjoy the Fitch and Leeds. Indeed, of course I will. Indeed. And Trevor De Lange from Pretoria. Van Pretoria af. Jy sê kyk my van ver af vanaand, nee. There's so Melanie Mildenhall Harris. Hello, Melanie. Gino and my friend Sim watching from the farm in East London. You know, everybody in East London has something to do with the farm. That's what I love about East London. It's always like when you talk to anybody that comes from East London, it's always, oh, yeah, no, we're going to the farm for the weekend. In PE, it's not so much, everyone hasn't got a farm in PE. But in East London, they've all got a farm. All right, so first of all, we're going to get to pay some tribute to our sponsor, Fitch and Leeds. They have a story for us tonight, which is quite interesting. I like this.
Leeds,
Yes, old chap.
the drink.
It's good, isn't it?
I'd say it's exceptional, old boy, but why are names on it?
Our names? Yes.
I could tell you.
But then I'd have to kill you.
I don't know what it's supposed to mean, but it looks pretty dangerous. All right. I see Craig Austin saying, looks like $1 million. Your stadium looks like $1 million, but it costs 15. I like that. That's a funny one. Here we go. Ask him why he's called Hartman. Naughty shot he was. I think that you misspelt shot. Guy Clutie, Lee Gold Music, CC's online too. We're waiting patiently for my brother to come on. Indeed, we're going to bring him on right now, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, $1,050,000. Oh dear. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto our stage Simeon Goldblum. Hello, ta-da! Hello. We're going the wrong way. Ta-da! You know, so with this program that we use, you're not reversed, so you have to go the opposite way. If you move left, then you always move the wrong way. You move right, left, or right.
Hey, Gino.
Welcome
Awesome,
indeed.
Man. Thanks
I
for
see
having
you at
me.
the shop.
Just put a few things in the background.
You know, just a bit of. A couple of guitars there. I'm looking at some nice strats there in the background there. I see there's a little humbucker strat there as well. I see it's got
That's right. I know some people.
You know. And the little ukuleles, are those selling well these days? I see lots there.
More popular.
Well, everyone's into ukuleles since Jeremy Loops and Mumford & Son and Matthew Mole and them get hold of them.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, every day we sell them.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're lovely. I think also the aspiring musos, only 4 little strings and off you go.
Easy.
Tell me why you called Hartman.
I think it was Bartman.
Oh, was it Bartman?
I used to have this bit of a crazy hairstyle. I don't know what happened in the
Bart
past.
man. The Bart Simpson vibe.
It's my people, man.
Bart. Oh, there we go. Now he spelt it all right. Bart.
Yes.
He was a naughty shit, my old mate, indeed.
Hey, Bart.
Is this an old schoolmate? Old
Yes, we used
schoolmate,
to-
no doubt.
We used to play copper stump at his house after school. So we used to blitz him each other.
That sounds like a proper East London game, yeah.
Yeah, it's right, okay.
No, well, kopperstamp, it is self-explanatory. Here's Jamie Atterbury saying Ganubi is ready.
Yeah, that's right.
Ganubi.
It's my people.
Yes, there's your Dave Sternberg.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you remember him?
Dave.
From Pellegals?
Absolutely, Pellegals days. And
Yeah.
Dave, yeah, I'm glad to see you still alive and well and doing. I wonder what Dave. Tell us what you're doing, Dave. We'd love to hear as well. Because I mean, of course, I was at Pop Shop for many years as well, at the music shop when I was a student, and I always used to hear about Dave Sternberg, of course. Clifford Killian said, Craig, he's saying, how's it to Craig? They talk to each other on the comments as well. Yeah, you see that. And Donna Gordon saying hi.
Hey, my people,
I
man.
see we got Tony Cox online as well. What an absolutely phenomenal guitar player
Machine.
that I've followed for years and years. Grahamstown Festival days. He says, send regards to the family, Tony Cox.
Yeah, will do. Thank you, man.
What a legend. Amazing. And so, I mean, working or owning a music shop actually is incredible. I mean, you just, the amount of, every single muso that comes through East London, at least, or now PE as well, would have popped past at some stage, collect strings or collect something. You get to know a lot of people.
Yeah, and you know, we're also a little bit silly. We have a wall in the shop downstairs where the guys come in and they sign the wall. So we have all the guys from all over on the wall.
That's magic.
So-
I think I've signed that wall as well. So I
Yes,
feel
many a
proud.
time. Yeah, no, it's special placement.
But you know that's part of the thing about having a shop like that. It makes it more personal. You know, when you go and you sign somebody's wall, it means you're respecting the guy as well, and it totally helps the musos feel like, oh, this is our home. You know, this is our spot.
Yeah, and also the other aspiring musos, they come and they see
Yeah.
the guys that sign the wall and they take pictures with the
Yes.
guys on the wall. It's awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah. It's like because it's encouraging as well, because a music shop does that. It encourages musos too. And they come in there, they see all these instruments.
Yeah, no, it's very cool.
You must see it. You must see it every day. I mean, when you do you spot those guys? When they come in, you can see the big eyes.
Yeah, the enthusiastic, the guys that are starting, they're so keen.
Yeah,
And we have the
Yeah.
sorry.
No, carry on.
We have our studio room where we have the Strats and the more high end stuff, and the guys all go and they look through the window and they aspire to,
Nice ones.
yeah. So yeah, and you know, our store is always been a place where you can feel comfortable. You know, people come in and we have the little spots where the guys play the drums and the guitars, and they just come jam. I was thinking, Mark Beeling.
Yes.
He still talks about it when he was small. He used to come and play guitar in the shop. My dad was just
Mean Mr.
same as we
Mustard,
are.
eh?
Yeah, they used to all the guys, Gareth Hoskin.
Yeah.
They come and they talk about it all the time. How they would. Josh used to come in and just jam in the shop. Easy going.
Yeah.
You know, so it wasn't
I
like.
think Len used to play with them as well, the drummer, and he.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Being
Len. I
pretty,
remember-
yeah.
What was it called? They were called something before they were Mean Mr. Mustard and that whole thing. It was Casual Culture.
Casual culture. Yeah, that's right.
Casual Culture. Because they used to play it at its country and at Lily's when we were in PE. They used to come through and play at Lily's. And that was amazing. They're a brilliant band, in fact. Sean Paul says was Chatterback, not from Chatterback from EL. A fantastic cover circuit band from the 80s. Also played at Faces After Steel. Chatterback. I don't remember Chatterback. Do you remember Chatterback?
I don't know. It's my dad's
I
time.
can't remember. No, I can't remember Chatterback, Sean. Now that's you're showing your age, Sean. Oh man.
Yeah, so our store
Yeah.
always it's like a family thing. The guys all end up becoming part of our family. You know, so
They
it's
do.
not, and it's very seldom that I think about it being a store where we're selling people things. It's almost they just come and they feel part of the family. We come and we're so happy to see each other. And that's a big thing
Yeah.
we got from COVID, you know, coming back
Yeah.
and seeing the people.
And,
So it's those
don't you
relationships.
find that it's the relationships? That's exactly what I was going to say. It's those relationships that you build, and those days when I phoned you. I mean, I've phoned you myself, going to the Guild Theatre, and I've left my bloody drum stool at home, and there I'm like, hey, Simeon. Yes, bro. Have you left the shop yet? I'm like, yeah, I'm just down the road. I suppose I can go and go and open
No, it's no
up,
problem.
you know?
Yeah,
And
easy.
you know, you've done that before for me so many times, and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. It's just it's because of the relationship, you know.
Yeah.
That I feel that I can phone you, and you're going to tell me to piss off if you're doing something, but but at least there's a chance, you know, and you're always prepared to help, and that's so important, you know.
Yeah. My dad always taught us to do a little extra.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's easy. It's just who we are, you know.
Yeah, for sure. I see Derek saying, remember when I did shows at Centre Stage in East London, Lee Gold was definitely the must place to visit. You're right. Knowledgeable staff and for one-stop shop for working musos. That's true for the working musos.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever we came up for a show, it was like the Saturday morning. We'd play the Thursday and the Friday. And the Saturday morning, we'd pull into you to say how's it.
Yeah,
and,
we look forward
get
to
some
seeing all the
strings.
guys. Yeah.
Yes,
Awesome.
strings and picks and stuff, you know, whatever we can find. When Wendy says loved it when we went to London to the show. We always went to Lee Gold and had another show with the guys playing in the shop.
Yeah, it was jamming.
Yeah, that's true. It's one of the places you can actually play a drum kit somewhere. You know, the Oaks don't
Yeah.
mind it too much.
Yeah, it's not a museum, yeah.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And Simeon always goes the extra mile. I see that Joanne saying that, and it's true. But like you say, it's the retail industry is kind of like that, and the longevity of your shop has certainly been part of that too. Because I mean, you know, if you don't have those relationships, then the guys will go elsewhere, or
Yeah. With us, it's always been not about. It's something that maybe you don't get from an online store. Where
Yes.
with the online store you get your little box and that's how it is. But with us, the person walks in and they feel comfortable and we build relationships and that person becomes part of our family for their family and their children's children. They all come into our store. So it's those things that you miss that you don't
that's
get.
true, especially now during COVID. You're right, and I see Stephen Gould is there saying Simeon always bails us out the last second crisis. You're so right. Oh my word! And it's I mean it's always been the case. Like we always know that if we up there in East London, we can always rely on you to help out. If we run into hassles.
It's all good.
So I mean during COVID now, just to sort of catch up to what we're doing at the moment. Obviously, Muso's got no work, and surely it must have had a knock-on effect on you guys as well, eh?
Yeah, look, our business, churches, bands, schools, institutions, you know, everybody was closed.
Carried on.
Yeah, but, you know, we've also, maybe it's because we're in the lullies here, we end up doing all sorts of things that no one would think we would do, you know, so we innovate and we do all sorts of funny things. So
have you branched out to do anything that you wouldn't have done before? I mean, it's all to do with the skill set, I suppose.
Yeah, but
hires and stuff.
We're a little bit naughty because we deviate a lot. Where we maybe put ourselves under pressure, but we do what we can do. You know, so we've done a lot of now we were doing for the voting guys. We were making special PAs for the top of their vehicles.
Oh, really?
Just crazy things. So those noises, yeah, partially my fault.
Those ones that go with a
yes. Apologize. Frankly.
Yes. Damn you, Simeon.
Yeah, the other day
so
I was chatting to Dwayne the other day. We had the ANC, the UDM, the DA, and the EFF outside the shop all lined up, and we were trying to sort everybody out there. So we were the neutral party.
You could have a war going on there.
Yeah, there were some words from the guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think the EFF guy said to his dad, the little boy said to his dad, and they're like checking him out. He says, the chap from the EFF says, "Oh, we're going to squash that cockroach on the other side." So they're doing their thing there.
I've lost my. Have I lost my Oh, I've lost my battery. That's all right. I've just lost my battery quickly. I'm gonna. You can stick this on here. I'll do this for now. While I'm here, I've got to get myself a new battery while I'm talking to you. Can you hear me?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, good. Oh, there we go. There we go. I've got that. Okay, I'm going to change my batteries, but you might have a little bit of an echo while I do that. Yeah. So I mean, so just branching out and doing stuff. Getting out there and doing like extra. I mean, this is exactly what this show has been about. Is that it's the online show.
Yeah, you can't sit and wait for things to happen. You have to look for things. And I think we're also fortunate that we've been around for a long time. So being around for a long time and relationship, you make people feel comfortable to deal with you and ask you to make plans for them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's true because those relationships you have to now actually that you've built over the years, you don't realize how well they work even during a pandemic.
Yeah, for sure. And we're grateful for our relationships that we've built. And then you wonder, there's a very good friend of ours that we've known forever, Marius. So his company supplied a whole lot of streaming video equipment to the Department of Health and various departments. So in the COVID time, we were helping him. So
yes.
And those deals we wouldn't have got if we hadn't built relationships that Marius knew he could trust me to supply the stuff and make a plan and look after. So it's those relationships.
I mean, you in the beginning of lockdown and that you couldn't buy a USB camera anyway. It was like you couldn't get the cameras, you couldn't get the equipment. So that's great. I see Gareth Wilson saying, "How's it? What a flippin' legend, Southern Gypsy Queen." That's the guys from Maltino. Is that right?
Yes.
Gareth Wilson, excellent.
Same. And Gareth and his family, they used to come and play in the shop here and have a jaw. Yeah. Paulie and his dad, was lovely. So we saw his mom in the week. So.
Oh, lekker. Well, East London's like that, eh? Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Jennifer Godfrey saying, "How's it as well?" Len Clutie, there we go. It's Len. Len was. We were just talking about you, Len. Sim's my brother from another Murrah. And,
for life,
lovely drummer.
For sure.
I remember Len having an electronic kit in the days when it was quite rare to have something like that with casual culture using those pads and stuff with experimenting with different sounds, and jamming It's Country and Lilies, indeed.
Yeah, shame.
And so so during COVID you've actually survived. You managed to survive. I mean, have you scaled down anything, because you opened a PE shop as well just before then as well, probably about a couple of years.
I wouldn't say scaled down. We were fortunate that it was important for us to keep our staff, so we didn't mess with our staff.
Yes.
Some guys had to lay off people and whatever, but we kept our staff and we just kept going. Things were challenging, I don't think anybody got unscathed through it, but fortunately our customers supported us and looked after us, and we went out of our way, so we pushed through what we had to. So I think we survived the COVID story, but but we feel for the musicians and the events guys. It's not easy for them, and I mean many of them we've helped them with sort of given them time to pay and assisted everybody where we could, so not easy for anybody.
Yeah. I see Grant van Heerden says, "I took my grand, who's now 96, to the store to listen to Mr. Goldblum play piano for her. One of the highlights of her 90s. A gentleman, a charmer, a great musician. Apple hasn't fallen far from the tree with these kids." Indeed, Grant.
Thanks, Grant.
So your dad was a jazz pianist, eh?
Yeah, jazz pianist, organist. He used to play the jazz on the organ. It's crazy. My dad used to sing and play the organ. So there's the two rows and the pedal board, and yes, crazy. And he was well known.
He means Lee Gold. I mean, is that his stage name?
That was his stage name. That's where we got our name from.
That is so
So,
classic. It's
yeah.
like one of those typical stations. Perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Lee Gold, Neil Diamond, Lee Gold, and Johnny Crystal. It's
Yeah.
like, I love that. I love that vibe. Simeon, tell Gino about the D-Drums summer concert for the 4th of December. Yes, what's he doing? He's always busy with something.
Yeah, he's going to have all his students. We're going to have an outdoor gig. It's
Okay.
going to be awesome. They're going to come and play there, and we're going to look after them.
Awesome.
And we're going to have little trucks and things
out
out at the PE shop in our
PE shop.
big parking lot there. We're going to look
At the
after
parking
them.
lot.
Sure.
Ah.
Yeah, got to find a use for those parking.
Magic, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And how's it been going there in the PE place? I mean, it's a nice venue. It's
Yeah.
very visible.
Yeah, so we're fortunate to have a great space with the parking and, excellent staff. My guys are so keen and enthusiastic about the shop and the gear that's in the shop. And we've had, since I opened the shop, it's almost 4 years now. March will be 4 years. And,
Yes.
our customers, new customers all the time, regular customers there, our customers that we've built from the past. So very happy with what we're doing in the store.
And Dave Kotzer there as well. Good old legendary Dave.
No, champion.
Yes, it's lovely. And
Yeah.
I mean, since I see you've got quite a staff there as well. It must be about 5 or 6 of the guys there
Yeah,
at least.
yeah. And they've been there with us since the beginning. Dave and Sean and Terence.
Yes.
And now we've got Fez now, a new chap.
Yes,
Also got
I met
Fez
Fez.
doing his thing. Yeah, good guy,
Did meet Fez.
solid dude. Yeah.
Yeah, and,
So-
and I mean, so you build it. I mean, you have to trust the guys as well. You have to find the right staff. It's important. If
Yeah.
you can't be there all the time.
Yeah, but fortunately we've got good guys. And my guys in East London, staff is a difficult thing. They tend to frustrate you, or you get frustrated with them. But
Yeah.
I can truly say that I appreciate my staff. So
Yeah.
the staff we have are just like family. It's like in family, you have your squabbles at home and you're fighting with your sister, which
Yeah.
I normally do with my sister. So, and my staff, the guys, yesterday I went to Selborne College. There was a music evening there, and I was sitting in there and I was listening to the sound and the lights and how well it was installed. And it was my guys that did it. Really professional and well done and neat. So my guys are really
a moment
good.
of pride.
Yeah, and they're passionate
Yeah.
about the gear, just like I am. And
Yeah.
and it's important to look after the customers.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're
I mean,
fortunate to
because
have
you-
good guys.
You're not a muso yourself. You don't play. But
Yeah, I fiddle on this, but my main focus has always been people, being with people,
Yes.
and I love the gear and being surrounded by the gear.
Yeah.
Just the people. And
Are you quite
and-
when you say gear? Because I mean, are you like one of my old Alan Kozak and Donovan Hattington guys that get so into their gear they get like lost in it. They go, they love it.
Yeah.
Anything new
No,
that's
look-
coming out, they got to get it.
yeah, look, it's just excited about gear in general, so it's a gear. And the
Not like
people,
OCD. It doesn't show on your personality. Like,
No,
are you
no.
a sort of a focused guy, or are you a bit of a scatterbrain?
No, I'm definitely a scatterbrain. I try to
Really?
focus somewhere in between.
I can't believe it. There must be a lot of focus there because to run a business is something else. That's stock and that stuff. But then you got your team, you got your family that helps, isn't it?
Yeah, and also been in the shop for 30 years, so my brain is like a little storeroom inside.
It's wide.
So you know where everything is, where it came from. So
How to get
it's
the
just-
right deals. What's a consignment stock? That's always the best.
Yeah, no, it's just growing within the business,
Yeah.
So,
Alan Fillmore.
but we started small,
Yes. He says, I'm outside. I need a quote. You said anytime. He's knocking on the door, bro.
That's my people. That's,
dig your shirt, boss man, says Christy. Fantastic. Yeah. Yes. We'll chat about your shirt just now as well.
Okay.
But you say, I remember, that's exactly, you just touched on something now that I remember completely. When I was working at Pop Shop, you guys were probably one of the top selling shops, like you sold the most stock just about in the country, if not the top selling stock in the country. And you were working out of a place that was like 3 meters by 3 meters. You know, it's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, so we started, typical muso. My dad was, when he came, when my dad used to gig in Joburg and he was sickly.
Yeah.
Funny story about being sickly. So he had an ulcer up and they left an abdominal swab inside him. So, which is still there to this day. So it was, so then just kind of messed with him. And then he decided, no, he wants to move to East London where it's going to be a little bit quieter and easier for him. So he used to be that pianist in the restaurant. He played at the Holiday Inn and the Keno Hotel. And he was playing at the King's Hotel. And then they decided, no, they're going to demolish the hotel and rebuild another one. And for that period of time, my dad didn't have a job. So, and my mom wasn't employed. She was looking after us and doing her thing. So then he started from home and selling odds and ends. And then, because he always had a good rapport with all the musicians and very knowledgeable. I mean, my dad played the bagpipes, played the trombone in the army,
The bagpipes.
played the clarinet in the orchestra.
Scotland coming out.
Yeah, everything.
Gee whiz.
So yeah, very accomplished musician. It's our claim to fame. And he always used to talk about the nuns at the convent, because he used to go to De La Salle. And they used to keep him in hiding because he was fairly naughty. And then we started our shop with a second-hand piano and 3,000 rands with the stock, I think, at the same place where we are now, 35 years later. And the full size of the shop, like you said, is actually now our little reception counter where you walk in. And now we've completely taken over the entire building.
Was it your residential house originally?
No, it was. I think it was a doctor's little spot, and next door us it was the pool shop, and then there was a hairdresser, but now we've sort of taken over the whole thing.
Creepy crawlies and Fender Strats.
Yes, that's right. It's right like that.
Man, you know, it just shows everything starts from a small something small, you know. But because he was connected with the musos, the guys came to him, buy, sell. I mean, before you know it, it's like I said. I'm sure was it not one of the biggest selling places? I just remember selling so much stock.
Yeah. So, but I think just to touch on my dad, you know, our business always started with that personal relationship, that touch. So there was a story when we sold a guitar case to one of our customers, and then the next customer came and he needed a case. But at that time, you know, we didn't have stock, so we borrowed the case from
Only one case. Sorry,
we sold that case. We sold his case, got him another one, and I think that happened a few times. So,
so you got his case in, sold it, got him another one.
Yeah. So, but the relationship, but it's all about relationships.
He was funding your shop for a while.
Yes, good man, and became one of our best friends.
Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, that is very funny. That's a brilliant way to do it. You got to find somebody who's prepared to do without what he's just bought from you.
So like my mom used to say, is we can make a whole storybook of what we are up to here. So and then we John Campbell Codner, he came to the pool shop next door to buy Creepy Crawly, and then he ended up I think he popped in for my dad. My dad gave him a cup of tea, and now they're long life buddies, you know. So
really,
it's just so many of those little stories. So for us, it all started with the relationships, and my dad, being a typical muso, used to give people credit and help him in the beginning. So it you know, like we had nothing to start with, but just as it is, cared for the people, and that's how our business started. Yeah, and it's always been in the same way.
Took a risk on the musos, you know. And it's like the musos are always seen as like often seen as like the dregs of society, you know, the guys, the working musos that are out there.
Yeah.
And to give someone like that credit is you've got to think, you've got to be caring, one. And then also you've got to have a bit of a risk. You want to be able to take a risk.
Yeah. I see a message from Uncle Mike Brown.
Yes.
So
Mike Brown.
Mike was the CEO of Yamaha South Africa.
Wow.
So
Yamaha
in my
pianos and
proper. So and Mike,
yes,
there was the one year they gave a prize, big Yamaha get together, and all the people came from all over South Africa and Africa because they used to just distribute to all the other areas, and I got an award.
Okay. Oh wow.
It was for youth. It was from Yamaha for youthful
Yeah.
enthusiasm to the brand.
Oh, well done.
It was cool. It was
Young
cool
man.
because I was the youngest
Very
Okie
nice.
there. There
Very
were
nice.
people
There-
there were
there was-
asking me where my father is.
Yes.
So it was cool.
Is it Neville? Who used to do Yamaha?
Neville Bailey. Yes,
Neville
Bailey.
Bailey.
Yes.
Is he still around? Is Neville still around?
He's not. Well, he's retired. I'm sure he's just chilling.
Yes. Okay.
I think he
okay.
used to play
I
bowls, old
remember-
Neville. Yeah,
Oh, is it?
yeah.
So
So
he's
we
a lovely guy.
also, I was fortunate to have some good mentors helping me. So like Mike, Siki. I'm sure you
Siki.
remember Siki. Yeah, Siki.
Sicky, yes.
So just
from
fortunate
Tom's
to have
used to-
guys. Yeah, that's
He
right.
was at Tom's, and then there were the guys from Tredelius, who used to
Yes.
do the Pearl drum kits, and that I remember that.
Yeah.
Raymond.
So Raymond, yes.
Raymond, yes, the guys. Those are the reps that used to come out from the company.
Yeah,
because
come
we
and
used to
see
work
us,
at the
yeah.
shops, and they would supply every single instrument to all the musos, and they were just behind the scenes, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay,
yeah, and there's again relationships that you build that guys look after you. See,
Look now, Jess is getting you into trouble now. Check this. It just so
Okay.
happens, Jess, that I interviewed last week. I interviewed Donovan Noyle, who used to own Hooters. He had Hooters before, and we used to ride past that. Yes, and it had the owl with the two big eyes. And my son used to ask me, "What are those eyes there, Dad?"
Yeah, we were trying to encourage the staff to come back and work there for us, but their stuff got in the way with carrying the guitars.
Oh,
and
you know.
so it was a problem for us.
I'm sure it did. No, that's funny. The nicest people says SB to Toy. John Laurie, how's it, Sim? He says,
my
listen
people.
in, go, boy. John Laurie, he's playing guitar there as well. He's got a bit of a guitar thing.
Yeah.
And Melanie Harris, is that Darren Mildenall's relative there somewhere?
I think she's Darren's. I think they're cousins, but Melanie
Oh, cousins.
and her brother Adrian was my best friend from school. We used to play rugby together.
Oh, wow.
So Melanie and us, Melanie is our family, man. So
Yeah.
it's my people.
A heart of Goldblum, indeed. Heart of gold.
Shame.
And then, that comes through all the time. Hello, boss. There's David Kotzer. Hello, last. See you
Dave.
online as well, Dave. I missed you the other day. I went around there to get some to have a look at. I bought some mic clips for my mic. For this mic, I've got a mic clip now. You see, I bought it. Actually, I've got it right here. Look at that. Yeah, there we go. If you want a mic clip, pop down. You know, perfectly. No, that man has no off switch. Goes the extra mile. Are you quite energetic?
Yeah, this is my scatterbrain thing. It's always on.
Okay, it's
So-
always going, eh?
Yeah, but it's just my gees. I love what I do.
And your wife is
So-
then obviously the focused one too, then.
Yeah, she kind of puts us all in our place. So I'm like one of the kids, so we have to be managed,
Yes. Yeah, you're true. It's true.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
let's go back into history.
Okay.
Where were you born? Where did you East London born and bred?
Yeah, no, well, we were born in Joburg. We came through when we were small. So we've always been East Londoners.
Okay,
And my
yeah.
dad's side of his family is based in Joburg, and my mom's brother is based in Joburg. But yeah, we came through here. Yeah, and we've been here all along.
Dave
been to school here.
Goldblum is also
He's my
related to
cousin.
Dave?
Yeah, he's
Your
my cousin.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he also ended up in East London as well.
Yeah, he's here still, and I think I'm not sure if he's released a new album, but I see he's starting to do his gigging again. So Dave was also sickly, but he's getting back onto the scene.
Yeah, he was, but he's doing well, and
Yeah.
I actually interviewed him a little while ago. So if they want to have a look at what Dave's doing as well, they can pop back on Gino Spot to have a look. YouTube/Gino Spot. I've got my own thing now, my own Gino Spot thing, because we've got enough subscribers online, and so we can do our own name. /Gino Spot on YouTube, and then you can check back, and please subscribe, guys. Subscribe to Gino Spot, because then otherwise you'll miss out, and you can click on the bell so that it ding-lings you every time as well. And so born in Joburg, schooled in East London though.
Yeah, went to Hudson Park, proudly Hudson Park. did my school career. Loved my school. Loved my school. There again, loved the people. Got involved in everything. You know, we were
Is Hudson
sporty.
Senior School as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then my son went to Selborne, which is a bit of a story
right.
for me.
Yeah, no.
But you know, the school did him well, and he really enjoyed it. So,
Yes.
so he did really well there. So
Yeah, it's like me going to VP and my son's going to Priory or Grey. You know, it's like it's you hope that they would just follow in your footsteps, eh? But no,
yeah. But they have their own. They must make their own life, you know. So
yes, of course.
So we went to Hudson Park, and it was great for me, and it I enjoyed that. Then after school, but when I was at school, I used to come down and pop around the shop. And from primary school, I used to be in the shop, or early high school, and then I used to kind of.
Okay.
It was a funny thing. I used to be the sweeper. I used to sweep the floor.
Really?
Yeah.
Old
And I'm still the best sweeper. Eh? Still the best
Is it?
sweeper. Yeah.
Even on the carpets, getting the strings out
I
the
can
carpet.
sweep anything. Yeah. We've done lots of little things, man. So, and then I studied electrical engineering.
Yeah. Okay.
With the idea of having, I always wanted to come and work in the shop, with having an idea of having something behind it. And then sort of got halfway with that, and it was okay. It wasn't really my thing. And then at that time, my dad wasn't well, so I decided, no, it's the right time to join the shop. And yeah.
When was
been
it?
there since.
So you literally went straight from school, studied a little bit, but you were working at the shop anyway in the meantime. I would imagine.
Yeah. So I've been in the shop for probably 30 odd years. 30 years I've been in the shop.
That's
So you
amazing.
kind of learn a bit in that time.
You do, and it just ticks over, doesn't it? It just you get so. But did you find that you've developed bad habits because of that for the shop?
Well, look, fortunately, you know, my dad, I always remember, he was an old man. His name was Pat O'Rourke. So Pat used to sell all the little plugs and adapters and things. And Pat was the first chap that I ever ordered anything for. Yeah, Pat, he was Irish, or he had like quite a strong accent.
Pat O'Rourke.
So, that's it.
Yes.
So he was the first guy that I bought from. Actually, he was the first supplier I bought from. So
Okay.
and I was so nervous and panicky about it. And I've always been sort of conservative when I do that. So, but my dad, he said to me, no, it's your story, you know, get what you want to get. And that was one of the things that my dad did, which I always try and impose on my staff, is that you want to give people a sense of initiative, that they can do, they must do their own thing. Within reason, they must know there's boundaries. You trust them. And that was kind of...
They've got to care, though. I think they've got to care about it. You know what I mean? It's fun to have staff that just plod along and do things. If they've got to give a crap. You know?
No, but I think fortunately my staff do, you know. So, but and there again, you don't always make note of it or show that appreciation, but you do know that they do care and they do that.
Yes.
You see, you see that in the result of what they do. Yeah, I know. And then I think also it's also by they see what you do, how you do things, and they try and mimic it, or sometimes they're nervous to change things, because I can be maybe a little bit of a Hitler, which I shouldn't be. But I think my sister used to call me that.
Yeah,
but that's just because you want to make things happen. You know, you have I think I am focused because I'm passionate about what I do. So I want things to be right, and I want to look after you the best I can. So that way, yes, I'm focused, very, very focused on that.
I mean, carrying stock and stuff like that, I mean, it can be quite hectic. I mean, have you ever bought something, working at a music shop, you get these guys, the reps are coming in and they're trying to sell you everything all the time, and you've got to make sure that you can turn the stock over. So, I mean, have you ever bought something that you just loved? I love this thing, and you just get it for the shop, and then it never sells.
No, you have, like, those are things, you do have that, definitely. And you will end up still doing that. It's just, those are, but an answer to that would be is that you love it. So if you love it enough, you will make it work. But then you might not, another guy might prefer a different brand or different thing. Then that line never works.
Yeah.
But you do make mistakes. I mean, I've definitely made mistakes. So
is it?
And then you
go on, tell us a story. Have you got one that you can think of
a mistake?
Yeah.
Yes, I bought. What did I do? I bought some of these 2010 soccer guitars, and they were so cool. soccer ball at the end. The headstart looks like a little, like a foot. Terrible. And I thought, yes, this is going to be a machine.
The headstock looked like a foot.
Yes. Yeah, I got one there. So.
Oh, you got suckered in it. You still got
Yes,
them.
I did. I found
12
one.
years later.
Yes.
Oh, that is so close.
So, yeah. But this was a soccer ball, you see?
Oh, right.
But they did so
Oh,
badly, you changed the color. There's the foot. See the foot.
Oh, check the foot.
Yeah.
Check it.
And I thought they were so cool, but they never sold.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So it's a collector's item now. It's vintage now.
Oh, my soul. That's really funny.
No, well, I'm sure that's not the only problem one, but that's one of them.
Oh,
Definitely.
my, yeah, that's brilliant. I love that it's still 12 years later and it's still sitting there. Oh, no.
So-
All right. And then, okay, so straight into the shop and basically working retail is every day, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the thing. But I never, always, even in the mornings now, I've been doing this for a long time. Still psyched to come to work. You come to work and you do your thing. And I think it's still about the people. It's about the people and people can also be frustrating in retail. It's not always easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, every day I'm still excited to come to work and do my thing. It's always a challenge. Sometimes, yes, I still said to Steph the other day, and I don't know why it is. We always have crazy problems in our shop. It's never easy. It's never easy. And I think it's just because we're always pushing the limits and doing all sorts of things that we shouldn't be doing. So it's never easy. There's always some mission, but then we push through it. So
it's true, but
always a challenge.
These problems it's like any problem. You look at the thing and you think to yourself, okay, well, in the long run, it's always something that you've got to overcome, but you always do. Yeah,
and we learn from those problems and then we make them somehow a solution. So the next time it's easy. Yeah. So that's been our kind of vibe. Nothing is really an issue. We fix anything.
Yeah.
So
so wife and family. How many children? Your wife is Vanessa. I was thinking.
Yeah. So Vanessa, we've been together. I mean, we're married now. Yes, now you're going to get me into trouble now. I think it's 20 years we've been married now. And Matthew's 19 now, finishing school, and Jessica's turning 16 next week. So they're all grown up. So
my youngest is 19 as well. So we got similar ages. Your age at the moment? Are you 50 yet?
I'm 47 now. I feel like 50.
No, you look.
No, but actually, you feel younger than I do. Feel younger than I look.
Yes. Oh, that's good. Rexman's RC. I don't know. Simeon's legend along with the whole legal team.
Yeah.
What
Thanks
on
so
earth
much.
is that thing that he's got? Does he build stuff? What is that thing? RC. It must be radio controlled cars. That looks interesting. Rexman's. Tell me what that thing is. Oh man, I see Rob R. They're saying with a speaker built in. What's I'm not sure.
Yeah,
what that is.
you see, he's trying hard to. Roberts works for us, so he's trying to sell it as well. You see, so it's like a little. It was supposed to be a travel guitar that the guy buys it, but it's only traveling in my shop. It's the only place it's traveling. Yeah, it's a cool thing, man. And we still cut the price, and the price is 2010 rand.
Dude, really?
Yes.
Perfect. I love it. All right, and then so wife, family, and obviously now with the business, sort of as it gets more stable.
Yeah.
And that's probably not at the moment, but well, it's probably getting out now. It's probably started to perk up a bit, but at least it gives you time to get out of it and to not have to be in there all the time. Or do you like to?
I think my problem is I like to be here all the time. So there's maybe like a control freak thing. I really like to be here, and So the shop is evolved as we've done our thing, and then we did other things. We've opened our school, and the studio, and the venue,
and of course the venue that you guys had as well.
Yeah. So that took a knock now from COVID.
Yeah.
So
yes, of course, yeah.
So what we did, sort of at the beginning of COVID, we actually closed the school. Not closed it down, but closed it and closed the venue, with the hope of now things settling because it's it's difficult. Like you saying, maybe this is also a relevant thing for everybody, is that it's difficult for the venue to get people to come and religiously support the actors.
Yes.
People always say there's never anything happening, where the musos never come, and then you create an event and the really good guys come, and then they don't support it. So hopefully now with lockdown, people will appreciate live music. I think they will. You see, live music and events, and they should support those events. Not at our venue, every venue. You were talking earlier about musicians being those guys that have never got money and they're scraping, and that's because it's always, people phone me all the time, oh, we're opening this venue, don't you have any musos that will come and play? So that come and play doesn't mean come and play for some money. That means just pop up there, drag all your gear and do it because it's cool. But musicians need to musicians need to make money. It's like anything. Yes, you need to support them and look after them. So hopefully now with lockdown
opening up like that. Don't phone your doctor.
Depends what kind of doctor, maybe.
Listen, how about a liver transplant and just pull in and do it. I mean, what are you doing on Thursday night?
We'll give you a burger and chips.
We'll give you burger and chips. That's another thing. Tell us the story. I see your T-shirt there. You've got your story going on there with the transplant journey. Tell us what happened there, because I remember that was a couple of years back, and for a number of years it's been building and building.
Yeah, so when I was 35, I found out that I had a kidney issue. I was doing a routine upgrade on my life insurance, and it was Discovery, and they sent me for some tests, and then they found that there was some funny anomaly there, and then I went to go check it out properly. Well, they insisted that we did, and then they found that my one kidney had like shriveled up completely, and the other kidney that was okay was sort of polycystic and a little bit dodgy. So I was fortunate to have a really good doctor, Dr. Griffiths, and he managed my blood pressure and cholesterol and all the bits and pieces. And he had a proper little chart that he charted how I was doing for the period of time. And he almost said, okay, so around this time, you're going to have a problem. So my kidney function slowly deteriorated.
Yes.
And then about 5 years ago, it was around about 25% kidney function in the one kidney. And then Sarah was going to donate me her kidney, and then we went to Cape Town. And right at the last moment, they were doing extra tests, and they noticed that there was some issues with her. There were some issues with her, and the transplant didn't go through. And then, so we came back, and also
all that,
because it's quite a build-up just before, and it's emotional.
It's an emotional thing,
big time. And you're working towards it, and that was quite a traumatic episode that it didn't go through.
Yes.
But at that time also, I think in a way that negative vibe actually turned into a more, maybe a more holistic thing for me, because at that time I wasn't on dialysis. So, and my mind and being supported by my wife, which Vanessa used to handle all the doctor's appointments and the medication and everything. I didn't really. It wasn't really a thing for me. It was what everybody, I think it was a ploy to get me out of the shop, to get home early. But in the meantime, I was just doing my thing. And from there, my kidney function deteriorated more. And then I went on to, I started dialysis.
I remember when you went on to dialysis as well.
Yeah. So I went on to dialysis, and then there's two types of dialysis. You get the one that works with liquid within your body. And the other one works with the blood, where they stick the injections and the blood goes into the machine. So we started with the liquid one, which in the beginning was very frustrating. And then eventually I got a machine that I used to use at night.
It's always invasive, I suppose.
Look, I think you have to have a positive attitude when you do these things, because it's not normal. It's not cool. They put a little pipe in me, which I had connected to me permanently. Yes. And then when you do the manual bags, it's frustrating because every 4 hours, that's right. Every 4 hours I had to change the bags. But then I used to come to work, go home, change my bag, come back to work, go home, have supper, come back, change the bag. So it was a mission. But I was supported by my wife and my family and the doctors, and I was fortunate to have everybody looking after me.
That
And
that's-
then-
that support is so important. Imagine if you didn't have that. I mean, I'm sure there must be people out there that
Yeah,
had
people
that.
battle. They really, really battle.
Yeah. And to stay
So-
positive then as well.
Yeah. So for me, and I think staying positive because I was so passionate about my shop and doing what I'm doing, and we had the school going and everything. I'd be
Yeah.
carrying on doing as normal,
Yeah.
although I had my story. While I had dialysis, while I started on dialysis, I still went and we were still doing those expos that we used to do in PE. We
Yes.
drag a whole lot of stuff down there
The
and
Edward
open a
Hotel.
big. Yes, and we did it at different venues. Also started with relationships with friends. With Rainier Straden, we did it at his little place, and then we outgrew his place. Then we went to the Elizabeth place, and we outgrew that place. And we went to the next place.
She was
But near the end, I would go there with my dialysis and hook up my dialysis and do what I had to do. And I think the second last one, I still had my fistula where they cut my arm and they did an operation, and Evan was there looking after me and make sure I'm not carrying anything or carrying on because I was a little bit malas. So we kept doing everything. And then while I was on dialysis, we were looking for a donor, and Benji was my brother. He was trying to help me, and he lost a lot of weight, but he still wasn't a candidate. And then my friend from school, Lyle, he contacted Vanessa, the whole process, and he was an eligible donor. And then then he fortunately helped me, and we went to Cape Town. We had a transport at Chris Barnard, and he gave me his kidney. And actually yesterday was our 2-year anniversary of the transplant.
Yeah.
So
22nd. There we go. Jess says 22nd of October. There we go.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
So-
2 years.
2 years and 100%. And then Lyle and I had these shirts made.
Yes.
And
I see.
my kidney's in the front here. There it is. so that was the whole thing with the shirts.
Excellent.
And
So
mine
you got the
says,
kidney on the other side.
well, he's one. Mine says I run on spare parts, and he's one. Who wouldn't want a piece of this? So that's what he says on his shirt. So yeah, and we like,
Man.
and he's such a beaut, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so fortunate to have, and also in saying that,
Yeah.
people really battle with kidney problems. And when just before my transplant, I went and I had proper dialysis with the dialysis machine. And when you go there into that clinic and you see the guys lying on the beds, and they go there every 3-4 days, and you sit and you have your dialysis, it's hectic. It's hectic. Those guys really battle.
Yes.
It's not easy to get a kidney transplant. People not always willing to donate. So it's important that people are aware of that people do battle, and that you can help them.
Oh, it makes
So
me
it's
think
been
of that
life-changing.
The Monty Python thing where they say, they knock on the guy's door and say, are you an organ donor? They said, yes. All right, we'll take your liver right now then. There you go.
Yeah, people still come to the shop without knowing, and they say to me, yes, I'd give my left kidney for this guitar. And I'm like, well, where were you a while ago? Want to take it down from it?
I could have given you a guitar.
Couple of guitars.
Yeah, I'm sure. Absolutely classic.
No, that comes up a few times.
Yeah, no. Leanne
So-
Shapiro saying
No, it's my
amazing to
cousin.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Since that day, I ended up in Slummies and walked into Legal 14 years ago. Simeon's always made me feel like his number one customer. Totally. And just while we were talking about the kidney, I mean, I remember when you were in dialysis, and I was thinking to myself, that is such a hectic thing. Yet I can't even. You were working like normal. There was no change in your pace.
Yeah, but I think it's all in your mind, you know. And in saying that, it's all in your mind and the people that support you. So for me, being involved in my shop and being involved with my customers and my people, I always call my customers my people. I don't know why, but being involved with my people, and it just energizes you. So, and fortunately, my wife worried about all the things. So all the worries, that was her problem.
It's all
you know?
her.
It was her problem. So
so
she
you-
allowed me to do my thing, you know.
You strike me as someone who does. I mean, do you battle with depression at all or anything like that? I mean, everybody gets down.
Yeah,
and it must have been so hard for you. I mean, did you actually have a bit of depression? Did you struggle with that a bit?
I don't think so, but I think in saying that, your mind is a very powerful tool. So when there was a stage where my kidney function dropped considerably. It was one of the tests they did. And I can honestly say in that period of maybe 10 days, I had all the symptoms. All of a sudden I was sickly and I shivering all over and I was cold and I felt terrible. So my mind told me I was falling apart. So that time I can say, yes, definitely had, it affected me mentally. But then when we did another test and we found that everything was fine where we were, then I was fine. The next day I was cool again.
Yeah,
So,
placebo
but it is,
effect.
yeah, it was actually, but I'll tell you what is very emotional, is the kidney transplant and what somebody like Lyle did for me. That is emotional. There were days where Lyle and I were crying, and Vanessa's crying. Everybody's crying. The doctors are crying. Everybody's crying. So, and it's an honest feeling from inside that you can't express the gratitude that you have. Like I still can't thank Lyle. You can't. There's no words that you can say.
What can you? How can you say?
You can't. There's nothing you can say. It's something thanks from upstairs. It's not something that there's no monetary value. There's no thank you value. There's nothing. So those are days that make you feel emotional, but not depressed. I don't think I've ever necessarily been like that because I've been fortunate. I was surrounded by the right people. I do what I do and I love what I do. And also maybe another thing is we were fortunate to have the right medical aid and whatever. So you don't have to worry financially about them. Those things are things that I hate money for the fact that money has a whole lot of negative things that come with it.
Yes.
So I've just been fortunate, grateful.
But I mean, Lyle, that's an incredible relationship. I mean, and did you know Lyle from school days?
Yeah. Lyle was, and he's just that kind of guy. He's not a veteran because he's a young guy, but he's done the Ironman in sponsoring it for cancer. You would do it on behalf of cancer research, and then the new thing that he does now is Ironman on behalf of the organ donation to give some awareness to it.
So he did Ironman, then he thought, no, I must do Ironman with one kidney as well.
He's going to. COVID kind of messed us around, but his plan was to do that, to show that it's possible,
Oh, good.
So he's
I'm hoping
amazing
to get
guy.
Kyle Buckingham on soon as well to the show. I think that'll be good. David's moaning at you there. Can you see that? I'm getting mails at 2 a.m. The man doesn't rest. Do you not sleep, Simeon?
Sometimes, not often though. No, it's just.
Are you early riser, late?
Late goer, yeah. But it's just my mind is the funny thing. It's my daughter says that I've definitely got ADHD. I don't know where she gets that from, but I got it. But I almost can't relax until I've settled what needs to be done. So it's crazy.
Okay, so but that's a bit OCD. That's a bit of OCD there too.
I'm sure I've got a lot of issues.
A lot of those things.
A lot of those things.
I see Jess says that you can give Lyle a whole bunch of 210 guitars. And Titch Wild is there as well. I see Titch. Yeah. Is he Muso as well? I've known that name.
Titch. He's a drummer, crazy drummer. He used to play. Yeah, he played with the Elevators, with Themi and Cheryl and
Themi.
Andrew Mogridge and all the guys. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, of course, I know that name well. Yeah. Yes.
And Titch is at Link FM. That's him. He's Link FM, the main guy.
Excellent. Good station. We've done a number of interviews with them over the years as well. See, Rexman's saying they're literally my favorite music source since I can remember. I sold me my first drum kit when I was 7. 20 years later, busy buying festival audio lighting gear. The Carl Rex,
Rex, Carl, good friend of ours, Shane. Okay. It's all like relationships that we've built. It's important.
Over the years, and you can always rely on it. But it's part of the fun of a music shop is going into the shop and chatting to the acts. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the vibe. All right, I think it's pretty much ready now. We're ready to go into the getting to know you questions now, Simeon. Okay. We have some quicker questions.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
That song is so lovely. All right. What do you wish you'd known when you started out?
When I started out, what, in
Yeah.
business or?
Yeah, in business or yeah.
What I think I would have known.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. Like you were saying earlier, that you make mistakes, so you learn by your mistakes. So if you didn't, nobody is perfect. You make mistakes. You will make mistakes, and making mistakes is what makes you stronger. So I don't know if I can think of something specific, but I'm grateful for my mistakes. So
Yes. That makes it true. You got to make a whole bunch of mistakes in order to get better.
yeah, for sure.
And you got to roll with them. You got to
roll with those punches. Take a few
Accept them, man. Accept it. You're gonna cock up at some
You're going
stage.
to. Yes.
No.
Okay.
What's something that people sometimes misunderstand about you?
Sometimes I like to be direct.
Yes.
Just because maybe from experience, you know that there's going to be issues, and you rather resolve the issues, pre-resolve the issues. So because that can be something, and then some people get sensitive about how you communicate. But for me,
a bit too direct, you mean? So maybe
sometimes you can be direct, but for me, and I think it's just how we are as a family and how we've evolved, is that I am sensitive to people.
Yes.
So I always maybe want to help more than I can, in a way. You know.
I was going to say, I've never, I've never said you raise your voice, or what happens when you get pissed off? Like, do you actually shout at some people?
Sometimes I have to use my big voice. Then it's a problem.
Because I've never.
But luckily, it doesn't come out often. It takes a lot to get me going.
Yeah.
Because I think the problem is that I've always been a people pleaser. You always want to make everybody happy, you know. So it really takes a lot when somebody just overdoes it, or because you can always find a plan. You always make, I was speaking to Dave Kotzer this morning about an issue we had with the customer. So there's always a plan. You make a plan or work around it to keep them happy, because that one little incident, it's not going to be that incident that's going to upset him for a long time. And you make him happy, he's going to be your buddy forever. And that's what we're wanting, rather to have long-term relationships than have one little problem, you know. So
because if they're being difficult with you, you can guarantee they're being difficult with a lot of other people.
Yeah.
And if you treat them with respect anyway, and you see past that, there's always a reason why somebody's responding like they are.
Yeah, they could be having a bad day. Everybody's sensitive. Everybody's under pressure. So we try and look around that to try and find rather a solution than to.
I love that.
To be like that. It's never going to help anybody, you know.
Yeah, exactly. No, the other day, Gary was with me. I was at the airport, and we were in a rush, and I'd packed everything. I always pack everything in my bag, to go through that magnetic thing, and I put all my phone and everything in my bag and just goes through. So I do it quickly. Like, I fly a lot, So I put my stuff.
Make it happen.
There was a guy there that was like, "No, sorry, sir." Something. And I sort of saw him as the system. And I shouldn't have seen him as the system. He was just a guy.
Just doing his thing.
And I was actually a bit nasty to him. And I thought to myself, that's not really me.
Yeah, we have those days.
Yeah, I must go say sorry when I see him.
You must say sorry. It's a funny thing with Jewish people. Jewish people we have our Rosh Hashanah, which is our end of the year. And then we have a period of atonement. So it's funny with me. I've always been that guy. Like, you have those things, like the moment you're talking about, that actually worry you. They worry you inside. So I've made a point that, those moments that have worried me, I try to make a point to contact those guys and say, look, my bad.
Really?
My bad. Let's move on, Because it worries, like, I get sensitive about that. It worries me. And it'll worry me silly, but it does. Yeah. You want to make right.
I think we're one and the same there. We're people pleasers, and it drives me mad, even as a comedian, to think that somebody doesn't like me, and somebody's gonna hate you. Somebody's gonna. You can't get away from it.
Yeah,
but it freaks me out.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, definitely.
Have you got any odd superstitions or any phobias, maybe?
Phobias? Maybe disappointment. I don't want to disappoint anyone. And water. I really don't. The water's the problem. Yeah. So, but just the fear of disappointing someone. No,
It's,
I think I'm cool.
Can you
No.
walk on the cracks when you're walking on the cobbles?
In the
You
dark,
can walk on-
yeah. Look, everybody has their little scared moments, but I don't think I'm superstitious.
Yeah, okay.
Not that I can think of a fan. I will think about that.
Okay, yes, good plan. How's your life turned out different to what you'd planned originally? I think you probably had a plan.
I don't think I had a plan. I think my life evolves all the time. It's always evolving.
ADD.
ADD, and I've always got. I kind of have challenges that happen. I think I've also been fortunate that, and I think that comes with time and experience, and making mistakes and evolving from those mistakes. That you seem to be lucky. I seem to be lucky. You have a gut feel, and somehow your gut feel seems to be right. So
Yeah.
when I opened my PE shop, it wasn't a plan. I didn't plan to have a shop in PE. But for 25 years, we had our expo. So our expo evolved from nothing. It was a little box of books that we took to one of the schools. And Sean Lyon and Rainier Stradham and Mrs. Cheatham, all my old customers, Ian Smith, they were happy to relationships that we built with them.
Yeah.
Who were happy to see us and accommodate us. And we built that expo into a massive thing where we had customers waiting the whole year for us to come. That was amazing.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
I remember it was in Newton Park when I went there one time.
It was amazing, and the vibe was there, and it was like a watering hole for all musos. When they used to come there, they used to be so excited to see everybody. Yeah. And then that it was an evolution that helped us open. It was the right step to open our store.
You know what I love about those expos is that you got so much stock in there, and you could go there and fiddle with beautiful guitars and beautiful equipment, you know. And then if you saw something that you really liked, it was like, woo, let's do it. You know?
We had everything.
Yeah.
Sean's asking.
Sean Paul's,
Yeah, we helped. Yeah, we helped the guys. Unfortunately, numbers did close down, and then, crazily enough, we bought all the gear that was in numbers as well.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Bought it back again.
Yeah. So, and then we helped. We kind of moved it on and put some of it into our legends, and so we still kept the gears of having that. We still got souvenirs and things from that. It's amazing.
And you're the kind of guy that would keep that stuff as well.
Keep that stuff. I'm a little bit nostalgic about old stuff.
Yes.
Old things, that. Memories. I love the memories.
Yes. And of course, that was Darren Mildenhall as well. There too. Yeah. Okay, the most awkward thing that happens to you on a regular basis. Like anything awkward happened to you, or something that you, maybe a quirk or an awkward thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll come back to you with that one. So it's the superstitious and the awkwardness.
Yeah. No, don't worry, it's all right. If we don't, we can skip. Skip if you like.
Maybe awkward when my kids sometimes see their old dad at school and like, oh God, is that my dad?
No, I know that.
And you think you're cool, but you're actually not cool anymore.
Yes. I just dropped my. I went to pick up my son at this 37 Reasons. They're doing like a DJ club thing happening tonight out at Butterfield Road. Okay. And I just look at the age of the people going in here and think, if I go into this thing, I'd love to go and check it out, check out the DJs and see what they're doing. But I think I'll be like way out of my age group. Yeah. Dwayne Jenner saying, how's it? Hey, the gold.
Yeah. Dwayne's also one of those guys, a mentor for me in life, So it's the kind of guy you can phone, wonderful chap. You can phone him and he'll just the man.
East London Oaks, they're there. Let's do a pop shop next year, boss, for a week. Missing the sleep, he says. Rob, I see Rob there. So how's it too?
So my guys are all complaining. I'm pushing him.
He even met my mom at Numbers. Is that true?
Yes. It was a tequila evening. I had my sombrero and we're doing our thing there. She started taken aback by me. I used to eat I was eating it and carrying on there, and she was taken aback by it.
She needed somebody who could eat a sombrero.
Shame.
Oh, my word.
So,
let's link up with my mate John Vera, of course. to sell off the equipment or hire it out at AJ's Disco Hire. There we go.
Yeah,
AJ's.
no problem.
Do you know Johnny?
Yes, I do. I do.
Yeah, he's
Shame.
a good guy. He's a good guy, Johnny Vieira. I try to get him on, but he's too shy.
No, I think we're all shy. We're all shy.
Yes, I know. Derek said managed to get Virgil Donati. Yes, I remember Derek got Virgil Donati to come to
Yeah.
me. I can't remember who Virgil plays, but he's a bloody good drummer.
No, absolutely.
And see, he went the extra mile to get the DW drum set to
Yeah.
perform his,
Like
his clinic
it's
on.
part of our thing, yeah. And being involved with Derek, and Derek's got gears, and
He has,
makes
he
a
has.
difference, you know. So
And he loves his instrument.
he loves what he
and
does, and he loves his kids, and he's really proactive
Yeah.
with what he does. He's a great guy.
He is. Funny enough, Simeon sold me all the gear that's currently working at 37 Reasons. Oh, there we go. Just talking about that now. So my son is DJing there today. I think he's no. You see, I don't understand that stuff. Do you? I don't know if you do. That DJ stuff.
No, well, everybody's got their thing, you know. So
Here we go. It's a
Sorry.
sale for you coming through.
wasn't me.
Oh man. All right. Is there biggest realization that you've had about yourself? Like something that you thought about yourself, like, oh, I'm actually like this, or I'm actually.
I don't know. Maybe a sense of appreciation, like for what people have done for me and what Lyle did for me. I think when I was in hospital, you know, it was a funny thing. We did this My Transplant Journey Facebook site, and my whole feeling was that, you know what, before we went in there, you don't quite know what to expect and what happens and this, that, and other things. So
Yeah.
the idea was for somebody to go through the transplant. It would be nice for them to get a hands-on feel of what happened. So some of the things I posted were a little bit embarrassing and a little bit too personal. But
Yeah.
you know what?
Real. That's real as well.
It was real, and what was more real is that people actually care. People do genuinely care, and that's something, that sense of appreciation for what people are and what they do. So maybe that's an answer.
No, you know, you're so right about people actually do care. I believe that's built into everybody. It's a human nature that people, they don't want other people to suffer. It's just a natural thing built in.
Yeah.
You know?
But we don't always realize that people do, you know, that,
Yeah.
and some of the messages that you get are from the heart, you know, they really mean it. So
Yeah.
it's like I was saying to Dwayne, like if you phone me and I say, Gino, how are you doing? He said, how are you doing? It's just a formality, you know, so you're not actually expecting that guy to give you his long story, you know. But
I'll give you a liver.
we'll take what we can
Kidney.
get. I'm sure there's people looking for them. So, so a sense of appreciation.
Yeah, okay. And then what's the most irresponsible thing you can think that you've ever done?
Irresponsible.
Yes.
Maybe funny enough, we were talking yesterday. I think when I was younger, I was naughty. I stole a couple of glasses and things, probably from Buccaneers. So,
Oh, right.
so that was a
You've
bit
never been
naughty.
to jail, though, hey? You've never been to
Not
jail.
yet. Not yet.
No, because a lot of my guests have. I always say that. But a lot of my guests seem to have been to jail. I don't know. Well, if it's just the people that I'm
We did something naughty. Jessica and I, it was Dwayne's birthday. So what we did it was the COVID, when it was COVID and there was a curfew. So Jessica and I, we all dressed up in black, and because we were going to do a COVID undercover move there. So that was our theme there. So we got in the car and we did our whole move, came to the shop, and then I didn't think about it, but afterwards we came with torches in the front of the shop, and we kind of looked like burglars. And then we opened the shop and went inside with the torches. Yeah, so luckily didn't get caught there.
Oh no! Imagine that could have backfired.
Yeah, they would have locked us up. And then another thing, which is like kind of a scary thing that happened. Friends of ours took us to Morgan Bay. We stayed with them in Morgan Bay, and their son Cade. Now Cade was about 6 or 7 years old, and he said, "No, come, let's go and have a look." And he's going to take us for a little walkabout. So he took us for a walk along the cliffs. We climbed up the cliffs there by Morgan Bay. So there I've got Jessica and Matthew and my father-in-law. And we climbed, I completely shat myself. It was terrible, terrible. I hated it.
I know, you're worried the whole time they're going to fall off.
Terrible. The kids are going to fall. The old man's going to fall. Then we get on top of the mountain, and the old man takes a call. So he's phoning, he's talking, he's blowing all over this. It was, nerve-wracking.
I know you sometimes think, what the hell have I got myself
What?
into?
Yes, yes.
Oh no, that's very
Hectic.
funny. Okay, what do we say your biggest weakness is?
Um,
Probably
biggest
too
weakness.
soft.
Maybe too sensitive. Like you were saying,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to disappoint anyone. I
Yeah.
want people to be happy, and that
Yeah.
does hurt me inside. If
You want them to like you all the
I
time.
want them to like me, I want to be cool,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so that would be a weakness. Is that I don't want to upset people. I want people all to be happy. You know, I want to fix
Yeah.
their problems.
What do we say the worst business decisions and the best ones that you've made over the years for the business?
Okay, let's start with the best ones. So
Yes.
I think opening my pea shop, that was a good decision because
Yeah.
not only the sake of that we doing more business there, but the fact of that I feel better about being able to look after my customers better. Because I always felt there was a disconnect where I always wanted to do more. But now that we're there, we can service them and look after them better. I do miss those pea customers coming to us. And I spoke to Etienne Harris, a friend of mine, and he
Yes,
also
I know
said,
Etienne.
shame, he misses
flag.
us also. Yes, good man. And Etienne and I and with Evan, we used to have nice chats to all the guys, you know, like Larry and all the guys used to come through, and we miss them, really do miss them.
Yeah.
But now they've got our pea shop, which hopefully has got a similar feel to what we do, yeah. And I
Yes.
think the guys have received it well. So I think that was a positive thing for our business, as well as opening the school where we get the opportunity to look after thousands of people. So a school, and then we had our recording studio where Gary used to work there and
Yes.
record there, and our venue. So it was all about the gees. Bad business decision.
Yes, bad ones. Yeah. Buying those World Cup guitars.
Yes, that was a bad one. I think bad ones were, like we were saying earlier, is that you make mistakes.
Yes.
Fortunately, we haven't had bad ones that have been detrimental to our business.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just you make mistakes and you learn from them and you move on. So there it kind of turns it into a more positive thing. But I don't think we've had detrimental mistakes.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure. For sure.
So
Okay. How about if you could go to any concert, past or present, where would it be?
maybe like a ZZ Top or something like that. That would be cool.
Yo.
One of those massive concerts. So we haven't been to any of those massive.
A big one. Like a
Badass.
when you're talking about massive, I think ZZ Top, to be honest, I think ZZ Top are a bit boring on stage. They've got like lots of gear, so they rely on their props and stuff.
Yeah. Well, even these Rolling Stones guys, amazing.
Hey,
How epic would it be to go and watch those dudes? Epic.
Didn't you go to Joburg when they came? Too busy in
I
the
was
shop.
stuck in my shop, bro.
It's kind of like the Greeks and the Italians and the Poras. They're always in the
The
shop.
Jewish
all the
chaps as
time.
well. They like their shops.
Yeah, yeah, they like the shops. Go
Yeah.
and stay in the
Yes.
shop. No, I can't go. I can't go. I've got to stay in the shop. Oh, no. Do you have any hobbies or you collect anything?
Besides my kids, recently I treated myself to my friend Jacques from Vintage Combi. So I'm doing all these shout outs for my guys.
Ooh,
So
yes.
Jacques did me a big favor, and I bought a 1959 completely restored, was an old ambulance, old splitty combi,
Wow.
which today I drove it today as an absolute spoil every Saturday.
Suicide doors.
The
You mean,
little-
like
The suithouse, the little windscreen comes open, and all the windows on the side open. It's absolute beauty.
so you like your cars a bit.
Well, actually not. I'm not really. But I just love the idea of the combi, you know. So
Yeah.
But for me, what do I love? I love my kids. My kids are my hobby, you know. So
Yeah, of
if I can
course.
spend some time with my kids, it's really special for me, you know. So
Yeah.
because I'm living my hobby, you know. My hobby is my actually that's what it is. My hobby is with the gear and the people. I love it. So for me, it's just as rewarding. You know, I don't have to.
You haven't got a little collection of something like coins or stamps or marbles or
No, maybe some old
guitars.
combi buckies.
combi.
Combis. So,
No, the combi's good, eh? The combi's good. I love
so
I
that
love
for me, I think it's epic.
It's your hobby. Yeah.
It's my hobby.
Okay, the most uncomfortable place you've ever slept?
We went to Grahamstown, And this was a
Festival.
long time ago, Grahamstown Festival, and we slept in the back of the bucky, I think, and it was the condensation was on the top. Yeah, so we were.
No, it's
That was definitely one of those. It was freezing cold. It was terrible, and we were wet, but it was cool. It was so cool.
Been in a bucky in Grahamstown Festival, and that is
And freezing
crap,
cold,
I tell you.
freezing cold. And then you got your
slept in
blankets,
a
and your
bucky.
blankets are cold.
Doesn't matter.
And you think, okay, you can warm up next to your Vanessa, but she's just as cold.
Just as cold.
She's
Yeah.
kicking you against the cold
You
side
just
of the.
literally warm where you touch. That's the only place, and then everything else is cold. Yeah, no, it's impossible.
You just touch more. Try and.
Yeah, try. Oh my word! The most amazing place in nature that you've ever been.
Okay, all these spots now.
A museum of old gear, David. David says.
I don't know. I quite like the sea, the beach, and that type of thing. So,
Yeah.
Vanessa and I once went to Oceana. That was very nice there. And,
beautiful,
when I went with Lyle to Cape Town, we went to Simonstown. I really love that whole sea thing. And even just being in East London, when we walk on the beach with me and my daughter, those are it's just beautiful being there. So
when your family's there, then it's that's what it is. It's
better.
a family, actually. Yeah, it is. Something that you'll never do again.
Never.
And you thought to yourself, apart from walking up Morgan Bay cliffs with you.
Yes, we went on a trip to when the kids were still younger. We went on a trip to Euro Disney, and we went to Mount Vesuvius, and that was crazy, absolutely amazing. And it's still alive, and the volcano, and we had to walk up the side of to get up there. And I remember I still had my daughter on my shoulder. Yes, that was a bit of a mission there.
Okay, I won't do that again.
So that'll be one of them, and I definitely won't swim in the Bonza Bay River again.
Oh,
So,
really? Oh, is there a shark in there or something?
No, it's just I think that's my fear for water is that I was in the river and I kind of slipped in something there, and I kind of got a bit stuck under it. So I don't want to do that again.
So you got a fear of water like that, eh?
Yeah.
Don't like to swim too much.
Not definitely not there.
No, right. Are you scared of drowning or deserts?
No, more like maybe the drowning. Yeah, that was quite freaky. But yeah, sure we can sell something in the desert, so I'll be fine.
Yeah, maybe you can give it a go. So, what's it? Is there a talent? Last one of these ones is there a talent that somebody may be surprised to hear about that you have? You tap dance or something, I play the nose flute. Gary says.
No, my daughter does. What I do? Let me think. It'll have to be one of those on the list, and I'll get back to you if I can.
All right.
So, I don't know. I'm like a simple guy.
Bagpipes is one
Gino.
for your dad, for sure.
No, that's for my dad, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'm like so stoked by being in the shop and whatever, and my family. So, those are my things, So,
yeah. No, that's quite a complex one. I thought maybe like I can balance a pole on my hand and with a bird cage on top or something. You know what I mean? That would
I
be
can barely
nice.
walk straight. I don't know about balancing it.
All right, I think it's just about
Okay.
time. It's about time for. Oh, wait, Gary's typing furiously. I wonder if he's got a question here. Let's see. Let me check. Oh, there we. If you couldn't, this is Gary's question now. If you couldn't be in the music industry, what other career might you have done? Yes, that's a good question. Switchboard.
Switchboard operator, yes.
Yes.
Yes, I would have liked to have been a doctor. That's what I wanted to. Actually, always wanted to be a doctor.
Oh, now. Now that you've lost a kidney and you had to have a big operation, now you want to be a doctor.
No. I always wanted to be a doctor, even from maybe it's because a lot of my cousins and that are doctors, but it's just something I always wanted to do, and maybe that goes back to the fact of being around people and helping people.
Yeah.
And we've done, and funny, Vanessa tells me that whenever I go to hospital, I'm always in a happy place. Some people really hate hospitals. I'm always happy there, always trying to find out what the dude next door's problem is and trying to help him and whatever. So,
no, there's some talents that you don't know. You can pack a parcel.
Yeah.
And Pop Shop now has competition at PE. Indeed, you can pack a parcel. And Proper, he says. So you can
properly.
properly pack a parcel. You do birthday presents. And Donna says you can do birthday rhymes.
I forgot about that. I'm the birthday rapper.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I haven't done it for a little while.
Birthday, you're so cool that you can have swim in my
The stool. No, I used to do
Sarah, is
that
that your
for all the
sister?
birthdays. Yes,
You
yes,
love
I do.
to bake. Look at that. You see, you need people to
That's
tell
it.
you what's what here, man.
Sorry, man.
All
Yeah, I make
sorts of
the-
goodies during lockdown.
Yeah, I make the orange biscuits. The little orange biscuits. They're very nice.
Oh, well, I
So-
expect to have some next time I come up to East
I'll
London.
make a little brown packet with you.
Little brown packet for me for the orange biscuits. That'll be
Yeah.
beautiful. All right, I think it's time now for the either ors. We're gonna do
Okay.
some either ors here. We still got the would you roll. All right. Now, would you rather have a live-in massage therapist or a live-in chef? Are you there? Oh, you're frozen. He's frozen. Our guest is frozen. Are you back again? I don't know. Maybe his internet's gone down. But having a fantastic time with Simeon, I think. We're nearly at the end, so it might be, if he disappears, it's not the end of the world. Indeed, we've still got our competition to go as well. So don't forget to subscribe while we're waiting for Simeon to come on. Don't forget to subscribe to the Gino Spot YouTube channel, which is Gino Spot /YouTube, YouTube/Gino Spot with 2 S's, Gino's Spot. And then also subscribe. Then you push the bell, and then you'll get notified. We've got some great guests coming in the next little while as well. His brain is glitched, says Jess Goldblum. Indeed, I think his brain is glitched. He'll have to just come in on the thing. We'll see if we can get hold of him. Something happened to the internet there. I think maybe his router's gone down when somebody phoned him. That's why his wife was phoning him. They're phoning him and saying, the internet is running out of space. I think there we go. We're back.
I think I had to reboot or something. I don't know what. Sorry about that.
No problem. I was saying it's your wife phoning you all the time saying the internet's going to reboot.
Sorry.
Oh, no. Great love for Hardy Dars. Do you enjoy Hardy Dars?
No, they cuck all over my pool. I hate the Hardy Dars.
Oh no. I see there's somebody looking for endorsements as well here. Lifa Musia. It sounds like a nice Situko there. Do you guys handle endorsements for artists or anything of that sort? It would be nice to have something like that in the Eastern Cape. Big shops in Josie are doing it. Obviously, one would need to send the profiles and stuff, but the worthy guys. I know that the guys, the suppliers sometimes do the endorsements, don't they?
Yeah, but he can drop me a mail and we will talk.
Yes.
We'll talk about it. It's no
Always have it. Try and help whenever we can, Lifa.
Yeah.
Lifa, especially if you're a good muso. You can do it. Sarah said, and he has a veggie garden. Oh, really?
Yeah, I think all these talents came out in COVID. So
You know.
I was planting the things and
And
baking
you
the
couldn't
things.
think of one of them now.
COVID's finished now, so
COVID
on another
brain.
plan now. Sorry.
Did you have COVID at all?
No, fortunately not. You know, and I was lucky from the transplant. I was always wearing the mask and I was very careful. And showing my family, the kids used to come home from school and shower, and Vanessa would go to the shop, come back, shower, take all her clothes off, put the clothes back on. So
Well, that was nice.
yeah, shame. They were like quite careful about
They're quite
everything. They
strict.
really,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Because of the kidney story. He's just sold his router, says John Laurie.
You know, I can sell anything.
You know? Yeah, that's it. The guy phones and you sell your router just like that.
Yes, no problem.
Oh, that's classic. Okay, we're in the either ors now. We're losing
Okay,
our
sorry
focus.
about
We're
that.
ADD, yeah. Come on. Okay, money or fame? It's a bit of a cut choice.
No, fame. I hate money. I'd like to give
Okay, you
everybody
don't like
everything,
money?
but it's just money's got problems. You know, it gives everybody
There's
issues.
it.
You know. So,
You're right. You are right. Excellent. I like that. 80s and before or 90s onwards? Music.
80s and before.
Excellent.
I like
What
the
was the
oldies.
first album you ever bought, by the way?
Probably the ZZ Top one. I kind of
really?
liked it. Yeah.
That Tres Hombres thing.
Yeah,
with,
and
Tush
Brian Adams and all
Grange.
those. That was our little vibe, So
That was the vibe. ZZ Top's good. I like that ZZ Top. But was it the 80s ZZ Top or was it 70s ZZ Top?
80s, I think.
80s
But-
like Rough Boy and that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Love it. And what my head's in, I've been shuffling through the Texas sand. My head's in Mississippi. There we go. Perfect teeth or perfect hair?
Okay, so the hair is an issue for my whole family because there's not much
Okay,
left
right.
behind yet. But you know what? For me, I'm actually quite happy with who I am. So I think either or would be
No, you
fine.
got to choose, man. You got to choose teeth or hair.
The teeth
No
will be
teeth
good.
or no hair. Should make it easier. Like
No, I think I'll have the teeth. I don't know about no teeth.
okay, so we're gonna eat. Right, antique or brand new?
Antique. I like old things.
I like it too. I like it. Alone or in a crowd?
In a crowd.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there with you. Skydiving or bungee jumping?
Neither. But I'll do the skydiving because that will be something crazy.
Okay, Gary's got another question here. Have you ever had a customer in the shop who was so difficult that you kicked them out of the shop or stopped working with them?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. That's when I have to use my big voice. Doesn't happen often.
Okay, it doesn't happen
No.
often, but
No.
get out.
No,
Don't come back.
I've had a few of those, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But
Yeah,
it's not. It's, you know what? Sometimes,
okay.
like we spoke about it just now. Sometimes, you know, you just clash. Your personalities clash with someone. So that's why when there's that head-on-head thing, you can't solve that. Someone's got to back down, or you actually got to leave that conversation and leave it for somebody else.
Just
So-
let somebody else take
Yeah,
care of
let
it.
somebody else, because then they'll start it off and it'll be fresh again. So.
Yes.
But you do have those people that just you can't please, and that they come in with a very aggressive alternative motive. So unfortunately, there are guys like that, but it's not an often thing. I mean, normally I'll solve the problem.
Yeah. I see Lefa saying that I'm a good muso. Is your email the one at the shop's page?
Yes, mail me, my boy, mail me.
Lefa, I check it. I'm just looking at your profile pic there. See what it is that is playing. I think it's a guitar there.
Cool.
Excellent. But yeah, so would you rather be? This is sorry, either or, either painfully aware or blissfully ignorant.
Ignorant.
Beatles or Stones?
Stones.
Stones. Oh, the bad boys. The bad boys.
Badass.
Excellent. False hope or no hope at all?
No, I don't like to be false, so no hope at all.
Okay, no hope at all. Hopeless.
Hopeless.
All right, Gary's putting in these questions here every night. He says, how would you describe your philosophy of life? Have you got some sort of philosophy of life?
I just want to have chaos, which I think I do have. So I want to give it all and give extra.
Yeah,
that's who I
I think also when you have a situation where you've had your health is being at risk, then all of a sudden you look at things differently again.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs. Save or spend?
Spend.
Oh, you sure?
Well, I don't know. I
It's
don't know.
not normally
Maybe
a Jewish thing. Is normally to save.
No,
Save,
Jewish people
save,
actually.
save.
Jewish people also like to give, So, no, actually, I don't know. I'd say save because I have to. I say spend because I have to. My mother used to call me cashler, so I used to go to. I used to go to the. I used to do when I was at home. I used to be the grocery shopping guy, and I used to buy whatever I liked. Just buy everything. She used to call me. I used to spend more than I was supposed to. I still do. I still buy more than I should. So,
Yes.
cool.
Oh no, that's all right. That's good. You're buying some nice stuff. Impulse buyer.
Yeah, all good.
Okay. Is there anything you hate more than paying tax? Says Gary.
No, paying just tax. Tax is a multiple
Gary's
F word.
He's just Gary's just saying that because he hates paying tax.
Yeah, we all agree. It's a
Yeah, we all agree. I also hate paying tax. Damn
it's a
them.
bad.
Damn you, tax man.
Yes. Bad, man.
Okay, let's do the would you rathers. It's time for the would
Okay.
you rathers. Let's have
Okay, cool.
just a couple more questions here. Would you rather be an honest arsehole or a sweet liar?
Honest arsehole.
You sure? Because then
Yeah.
people are not going to like you. If you're a sweet liar, people still
Yeah,
like
but my dad told me I must be honest and ethical, so
Okay.
that's me.
integrity. That's good.
Yeah.
Honest arsehole. Extremely smart or extremely lucky?
I think I am
Rather
lucky.
be.
I am lucky. So not smart. I'm the dwarfest of everybody. I'm just lucky.
Lies. It's lies. Would you rather be stuck at 18 or 50?
18.
You reckon?
Yeah.
And
I
you
feel
say,
young
"Hey,
inside."
look," and you'd be a lucky, extremely lucky 18-year-old. Sounds good.
It likes to
Sounds
spin.
good. Yeah, that likes to spin. Oh, no. Would you rather save your pet or a random stranger from a river? You wouldn't even go in the river because you don't like water.
Yeah, but
They both die.
Yeah, they both die. Shame, I don't know. Bad, my bad.
Your dog.
I don't know. I think I would save the stranger
You would.
and try not to
Your
think
dog-
much about my dog.
Your
My
dog-
bad. I don't know.
All right.
I've saved the stranger before. I've saved somebody
you?
before. Yeah,
You saved a stranger.
yeah. I was there with my
And
son.
what
He
did
was
they
still
give you?
fit.
Nothing. No
Nah,
cash. Nothing.
they gave me the gears to help him. That
Oh,
was
good.
more important. Yeah.
What did he do?
Shame, my
What did
son
he
was
do?
the-
What was that?
No,
Drowning.
Funny enough, it was at Bonza Bay, and I took my son. We were learning because there's always thousands of fish there. I was teaching him how to catch the silvies, and he had caught so many of them. I don't know if Corbin was with him, his little nephew, but or his cousin. So we had these buckets full of them, and the guys were trying to swap us out other things for the fish, and there was these bullies that were drinking on the opposite side of the road of the river, and he was coming through and. He had too much to drink, and he had kind of like dropped down there. And I went down onto the bank, a bit in there, and I managed to pull him in. So
no wonder you're afraid of water because you had all these experiences.
yeah, but I didn't go too far. Luckily he was close enough for me to grab him.
Okay, good. Otherwise, he would have been gone.
Then it would have been the dog.
Dog. Oh, excellent. Okay. Would you rather be wealthy doing something you hate or poor doing something that you love for the rest of your life? Well, I think you've answered that already.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Money doesn't
I'd like to be happy, So I would say
yeah.
poor and happy with my wife.
All right. Gary wants to know if you particularly love fishing.
Fishing with my kids, fishing by myself, no.
Not by yourself.
No,
Gary
we go
goes and
scratching
fishes by himself.
Yeah,
Leaves his
sorry.
bloody kids at home.
Yeah, we go scratch for bullies in the little puddles and things like that.
All right.
Or catch
that's
proper
fun
fish,
fishing.
but not proper. I'm not a proper fisherman.
Okay. Do you cook those rock bullies and then go and eat them at night as well? No, I'm joking. No, let's catch and release.
We did catch some reasonable sized silvies that we did have a little brown.
nice.
And the kids are all small. We all do that.
Yes,
we don't
of
eat
course.
them.
No, it's fine.
They eat them. We don't eat them.
No, we don't eat them. Oh man, Simeon, it's been fantastic to have you on. Thank you so much
You
for
too,
coming
man.
on the
Thanks
show.
for having me. Thank you so much.
There's one more question that I always ask. Wait, before we put the music on, I need to ask these ones. The one is the proudest moment that you've had, other than the birth of your kids, I think. And the other one is just a time when something's gone completely wrong, like something's really.
I think the proudest moment for me would be when I opened my school. And the shop in PE, because that was something that I started on my own, running with the shop from and starting. That was my dad's thing that I made mine. Well, I made mine, but opening the shop in PE and seeing it sort of evolve from our expo, because the expo was hard. It was never easy. It always was hard. We always had challenges. It was always, my guys will tell you, we bleed through that.
Yeah.
It's just crazy hectic, but But yeah, opening the PE shop and
Yeah.
the school and because also with me, I'm passionate, so I'll put everything into it. We work until we
Yes, I do see that.
make it happen.
Yeah.
Things that went really
Something
wrong.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I think when I was at Legends also, and
Yeah.
there's a gig and there's all my guys are there, and then the
Yeah.
sound doesn't work, or the power goes off, or the aircon trips, or the kitchen stove does something. Then you want to die. It's
The
just
Bay Marie is coming.
Jeez.
You get everything rigged up, and then they bring the electric stoves in for the
Yes.
food, and then
It's traumatic.
blows the
Traumatic.
system.
Because you know what, you have an expectation, and people have an expectation of you as well, and then then there's a fail,
Professional
epic
guys.
fail.
We're getting the professional guys in here.
Yes.
Lee Gold's
Terrible.
doing the sound.
Terrible.
Thank you so much to Lee Gold for the sound.
Terrible. Can't be
Oh,
worse.
that's so funny. But Simeon, thank you so
I
much
promised
for
my
coming on.
daughter
It's been
I'd
fantastic.
give her a shout out. So for my
Yes.
daughter, Jessica, you suck.
Jessica. Oh,
I told her,
yeah,
you
Jess.
suck.
Go, Jess. Thank you, Simeon. You've been an absolute
Thank you.
legend. What a lovely
Appreciate
story.
it.
And thanks,
Thank you.
thanks for being so honest and for your time tonight. It's been wonderful. It's good
Thank
to
you
get
so
to
much.
know
Thanks
you
for having
properly.
me. Thank
It's a
you. And thanks for
pleasure.
everybody calling in
Everybody's
and being
been
part of
watching.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely. We're gonna do the competition now. For those people that are left, get ready on your keyboards because we can send you a case of Fitch and Leeds. If you can, I'm gonna go over the drum cam. The drum cam, indeed. And I'm gonna play a song. I want the name of the song and the artist in the comments. The first one to put it in the comments gets the case of Fitch and Leeds. No matter where you are, we'll send it to you. All right, let's do it.
Friday night I crashed your party. Saturday I said I'm sorry. Sunday came and trashed me out again. I was only having fun, wasn't hurting anyone, and we all enjoyed the weekend for a change. I was stranded in the combat zone. I walked through Bedford style alone. Even rode my motorcycle in the rain. And you told me not to drive, but I made it home alive. So you said that only proves that I'm insane. You may be right, I may be crazy. Oh, but it just may be a lunatic you're looking for. Turn out the light.
And we have a winner. Indeed, Dwayne Jenners, you were quick keyboard warrior. Oh, you're in it. Pretty sure you may be right. You got the both, and you will get the Fitch and Leeds. Just inbox me, please, on my Facebook, or send me a comment. I'm gonna get hold of you, and we'll organize that for you. Thank you very much to Fitch and Leeds, our sponsors. Thank you very much to Spar. And thank you very much to Amobia for keeping our internet rock and rolling for the night. And thank you, of course, to Simeon Goldblum. Simeon, been absolutely fantastic. Don't forget, just check this out. I'm loving this. This is, where am I? This is Algoa FM is having Rocktober this weekend until Sunday. It's fantastic. They're playing rock songs. Algoa is doing rock songs interspersed the whole day, and I think they give it a good kick at night as well. Fantastic. Hearing a bit of Pip and Zeppelin, a little bit of Black Sabbath, a little bit of AC/DC. All the rock bands are coming through. It's been fantastic. I was listening today. I heard some Billy Squire. Oh, yeah! So we say? Oh yes, and on Tuesday we have Ludo. We have Ludo Mini. We're looking at events. And thank you very much for joining us. And we'll see you on Tuesday for Ludo.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Have a drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino Spot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino Spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino Shot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino Spot!
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino
laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. It